Hey, welcome everybody. It's Bubba Solo here from Bubba Solo Gaming. Today I'm giving you a lodge tour from the Saseka Lodge within the Hunter called the Wild. Open the door, make sure you close it. We're not animals. I want to have a look around inside here and show you some of the multi-mounts that I've made, and then also look at the various weapons that are in this game. And there are a whole lot of weapons. These two critters here are from the Quattro Colinas map, which features a lot of different goats and some sheep. And there are also red deer and bunnies. But these are two of the goat species that you can hunt there. Over here is a nice mount of a couple of red deer. And with the multi-mounts like this, you have just a choice. There are sets of multi-mounts that you can do. Like that one, you need to have a male and a female red deer together. In these various rooms, there are a lot of places to add additional mounts. Right now, the view we're in doesn't show that, but I'll give you a chance to see that later. The Rhino 454 is my favorite gun in the game, probably. It's an amazing handgun. Mainly used as a bear stopper sidearm. And you can see the stats there. I've fired it 442 times. I've killed 260 things. 118 one-shot kills. I don't know what that's all about. Here we're up to the 300 Caning Magnum March Ace. This is a gun that comes with the Yukon DLC. The 7mm Regent Magnum is an amazing gun that you get just in the main game. It's probably the third rifle you get. The second if you bypass getting the 270 Stradivarius, which is a really nice gun too. The 7mm is your first chance to take down things like a moose with relative ease. Here's a multi-mount of Canada geese, and they're fun to hunt on the Hirschfelden map. A lot of space here. There are all kinds of places that I can put heads up on the walls, but right now we're going to just look at some of the guns. This is the Solican MN 1890, and there are several different cosmetic versions of this. And this one you can see I've only shot twice. I guess I don't really enjoy using that looking version of it. Here's the defense line. I've shot that one 9 times and 8 kills. This is a great weapon for deer on up, and actually small deer on up. And this is the one that I obviously am attracted to because I've shot it way more than the others. 81 kills with it. You'll see what your largest kill was, or the highest scoring kill was for each particular weapon. I do really love being able to see the stats. This is the only place in the game where you can see the stats is via this particular DLC Trophy Lodge. The 44 Gaucho Magnum, I haven't used it much. It came in the, which map is that? Oh, the Parque Fernando map. I haven't used it much because there was a glitch in the game where if you had it in your inventory, it would disappear on you, but you'd still have the carry weight for it. So I barely used it. The Mangiafico 410-45 is pretty cool in that it will shoot 410 birdshot, and it also shoots 45 rounds for leveling up pistol, and that's a great gun to use early on for leveling up handguns. This King 470 DB Zenith is with the African map, and I only bought it because I had to do 2 different missions. It's super expensive with in-game money, and I don't like it because it doesn't have the ability to put on a real scope, so I haven't used it much at all. You can only use it on level 9 critters, so just the bigger things. This Anderson 22 should be a great gun, but they currently have it screwed up. The aiming is screwed up, so through a scope it doesn't hit true. Also, straight down the sights, it doesn't hit true. It came with one of the DLC weapon packs. I was very excited about it because it would be really fun for shooting bunnies and ducks and geese. The 22 is a really fun rifle for shooting little things. You can see that I've missed a lot with it, typically because I use it trying to shoot at critters that are too far away, shooting at ducks that are flying that are really far away, or geese that are flying that are really far away, or taking pot shots at rabbits that are really far away. But the 22 is it's a quality gun. It's fun to carry along, especially if you're hunting birds or other small game. The 357, this is in the main game. This is the first handgun that you have access to for free right at the start. It's good for foxes and coyotes. You can shoot deer with it, but it's not a great weapon. You have to have really good shots to kill stuff. It's pretty annoying leveling handguns because when you first start using them, you really are at a disadvantage because you don't have much power and you can't use any kind of scope at first. This is one of my favorite multi-mounts. I do like having all these lions attacking this Cape buffalo. And this multi-mount actually makes sense because all of these creatures are found on the same map. Some of the multi-mounts are a little bit ridiculous in that they put together animals that don't coexist in the game. In this room I have not much. I have just these kudus over here. Lesser kudus, and I got this albino male. Nice looking, but not much else is amazing about him. But it is an albino, and those are always fun to find in-game. He's a gold, I guess. So yeah, I have some space over here to put up some other guns, should I want to eventually. As it stands right now, there are far more gun and bow places to display than there are actual guns or bows in the game. So you can put up duplicates. There's that K&M Magnum again, and the Rhino 454. Those are good power guns. Over here is the Martinson 6.5 millimeter Lightning, and the Martinson comes in the Quattro Colinas map. You can buy a couple more for 10,000 credits each. It's a nice gun, nice, good shooting, lightweight, long distance gun for mid-range sized animals, but it doesn't have the penetration power of the 30-06 or the M1 Garand. Look at all the different heads I could put in here. And this trophy lodge is amazing in that there's so much space to put animals. It could really keep you coming back to the game for a long time if you got into it. European hares. I've shot a lot of European hares because there's one mission where I have to shoot a diamond European hare, and they're super rare. I haven't found one yet. So I've spent a lot of time shooting bunnies. Roe deer. They're cute. They're really dumb. They come into calls. They're great for leveling handguns, though. You want to go to Hirschfelden or to Quattro Colinas and shoot a bunch of roe deer because they die pretty easily to the 357. Fallow deer are beautiful critters. You can find them in Hirschfelden. I really do love hunting fallow deer. I don't love photographing them, though. It's kind of put on a hard mission for that. This 338 Championship Rangemaster, that's part of the it's a quest in Parque Fernando where you got to go around and shoot these targets that are very well hidden. If you don't have a guide for it, you'll never do it. I love the Grelk drilling rifle. It's so cool, and that it has the 16 gauge shotgun barrels, so you can shoot slugs or birdshot out of them, and it has a rifle barrel for shooting pretty big game through moose anyway. So really you can shoot everything from small critters to very big with that. This Miller Model 1891 Deputy is a 10 gauge shotgun. It doesn't seem to have the same power, penetrating power, knockdown power as the 12 gauge that's in the game, the Cacciatore, but it's part of the DLC. I also don't like it that Miller doesn't allow for a scope mount. The Strecker Scarlet, this is a pretty little 20 gauge. I haven't used it much. It would be, a fine gun for going out goose hunting, but I prefer my 12 gauge for that. This one doesn't have a whole lot of versatility. The 20 gauge slugs aren't very powerful. A couple grizzly bears here. One's a gold, and the other's a gold too. Grizzly bears are fun to hunt. Yukon is a great map. It's beautiful. It's the one map that's currently in the game where it'll snow and then the snow will melt. It's a pretty neat, nice feature. And it has wolves. Wolves are always nice to hear calling. This is a silly mount in that you have a puma in with a blacktail, and blacktail deer and puma aren't on the same maps. But I do like this mount. It's pretty cool. And I like hunting both of them. We have plains bison here, and we have these wolves. This is another big multi-mount, massive size. And these massive size mounts can really only truly be displayed here. There's a way to work around it so you can display them at the other manor as well. This is kind of a silly mount as well. This Canada goose and a European bison together. I do love hunting bison in Hirschfelden. They're really fun. Again, the King 420 DB Zenith, waste of money, but I bought it for a mission. I really love the muzzleloader, and there are three different color variants, look variants. This is the one I like the most, I think. Shot a 1000 black bear. That's a diamond black bear, old school trophy ratings. It's a really nice gun. One shot, cloud of smoke, and then you got to reload. The Cacciatore doesn't open up till way late in the game as far as leveling up shotguns. It is a super powerful, awesome shotgun though, and it's really fun once you get it. It's fun for shooting ducks. It's fun for shooting big game. The only thing you can't do, at least with current integrity values, is you can't shoot level 9 game and get integrity. Puma and Roosevelt Elk, again, these two don't coexist on any current map, so it's kind of a silly multi-mount, but hey, it's one of the ones the developers put out there that you could put together, so I did it. Some other color variants of the muzzleloader, and I do like shooting the muzzleloader quite a lot, and every one of them looks good. The muzzleloader has awesome power too. It kicks butt. The only thing you can't shoot are level 9 things and get integrity, so you can't shoot the Cape Buffalo, the Water Buffalo, or lions, things like that. Hidden Dragon Recurve, they changed the aiming on this. When it first came out, aiming was so hard. Now it's a little bit easier. You can kind of aim down the arrow a little bit better. It's still a challenge. I put marks on a piece of tape on my screen to use as a sight, so I cheat when I use the recurve. These Coder CB65s are really pretty guns, bows that are part of the high-tech hunting pack. They're great bows. I use these all the time. Eventually, I had to buy the CB70 for an in-game, I think it was a Hirschfelden mission. But before that, I loved using the CB65s. They're awesome. And you spend $4 and you get these really nice bows. Oh, this is the CB60 that I also had to buy. This is the first bow you get. It's a cheap bow. It's fine. You can shoot everything in the game with it if you use the right arrows. I had to get it for a mission in Hirschfelden where I had to shoot a fox with the bow, which was hard. It was really quite hard, challenging. You can see I've shot it twice. I have one kill, and it was a red fox. Mission complete. Put the bow back up on the shelf. Not that there's anything wrong with that bow. There's better bows in the game. You can see in this room there are many other places I could put up some heads if I wanted to. What is that gun? Oh yeah, it's the 357. And another one of the M1s. The crossbows are really cool. This is the Dark Star. I like the Dark Star. The look of the Dark Star just fine. There are two other color variants. This was part of, I think it was Weapon Pack 1, where you got some crossbows and the recurves were in there. I can't remember. There might have been something else in that Weapon Pack 1. But the crossbows are really nice. They do have a scope that you can use. They end up being really heavy. It's like 6 units with the scope on. But you can hunt anything in game with them. And it's quite fun carrying around a crossbow. They take up a lot of real estate on the screen, though. When you're walking around the map and you have them out, they do obscure like the lower half of the screen. Oh, a little scrub here. It's from Africa. This one, see, I've never shot this one. I got to get that recurve out and shoot it. I don't know why I don't like that coloration, I guess. The Hidden Dragon one is a little bit more festive. I got to get that out and get some stats going on it. There's the Magnificos, which we've seen before. A couple different color variations of it. Behind them are the little 22s that, if they ever get the aiming fixed on them, they'll be amazing to bring out in the field. But I do really like those 45 Magnificos. One thing to note on the 45 Magnificos is that if you shoot the 410, you're leveling shotgun and not handgun. It's a Rhino. The Rhino, do handguns, open up the Rhino. The Rhino is super lightweight and it has great knockdown power. It's great for anything from level 4 deer on up, and it's a killer. It'll take down Cape Buffalo, no problem. Got all these different versions of these 20 gauge guns, and I've hardly shot any of them. I can't remember what DLC they were part of, but I obviously bought the DLC for something else. This is the version of the crossbow that I like maybe better than the Dark Star. It's pretty. There's another one of those high-tech hunting pack bows. I shot that one quite a bit too. I started off shooting the red one all the time. And I decided I'd level up the black one a bit. This 20 gauge came with, what was that, the duck and cover maybe? Rankin shotgun. He is an old coot that's in Medved, and I did a bunch of missions and got that shotgun for free. This is another one where I think I was a little bit afraid to use it much because it can get stuck in your inventory. Caversham Stewart 20 gauge is a weapon that's just kind of available in the game early on. Grelic. There are a couple different versions of the drilling rifle. Get that. That's a great weapon pack. I think it's weapon pack 2. And the Grankin shotgun. Grankin is he's a curmudgeon. He sent me on some weird missions, I can tell you that. He had me shooting some really small reindeer. I didn't like that one. That was weird. Yeah, the Northern 20 gauge, obviously. I never shot that one. I think I got that DLC because I was interested in the blinds, the duck blinds. So I didn't really care about that shotgun so much. 7mm, great gun. And the M1's part of another weapon pack 2. The 270 Stradivarius, this is actually a really great gun. I didn't start using it until late in the Hirschfelden map because there are a bunch of quests, missions where you have to use a 270. It's not as powerful as the 7mm, but it's way more powerful than the 243, and it's very accurate. You can shoot it a long ways. I grew to really like this gun. And there's that muzzle loader again. You've seen that before. You've seen the 22 LR. By the way, the 243. Love this one. This one is the first rifle you have in the game. Don't bother shooting moose with it. I mean, you could with a right shot kill a moose by shooting it in the heart, but really, it's really great for deer. It's great for deer. It's great for coyotes. It's great for foxes. It's a really great gun, and as long as you have the penetrating bullets, it's great. The Solikin, for a while, people said this was the most amazing gun in the game, and it's good because you can shoot level 3 things, category 3 animals, but it doesn't have the power of some other guns. I think it's kind of a niche thing. I think it was overpowered when it first came out and they tweaked it. You can see I could put a lot more heads in that room. I like this. I like this one. It's pretty looking. The Arctic. It's nice on snow maps like the Medved map. It makes a lot of sense to carry around a white crossbow. It's pretty. I'd like to have a crossbow in real life. Someday I'll have a good one. The 30-06 is an excellent gun. It's, I think, a weapon pack 3. There are several different color varieties that you can see here. This one I've never shot. I obviously am drawn to some of the other color versions. It must be the one on the top I think I like the best. It's a great gun for deer on up. You can't shoot level 9 stuff with it. And for a while there, it had way less recoil than the M1. So people were using it all the time. The M1's recoil got fixed, and the M1 is a lot lighter. So I think the M1's a better gun overall. Yeah, it's a beautiful gun though. You can see I haven't missed much with that. Those are those two high-tech hunting pack guns. They're bows. And then here's the Moonlight version of the recurve. Use that one a little bit more than that snakeskin one. I got to do that snakeskin recurve, get it out, shoot it a bit. My problem with the recurve is when I first started using it, I didn't have any kind of sighting. I didn't really understand how to aim it at all, and I was missing a bunch of critters. And, you know, it's hard work finding animals in this game and getting them to come to you, so it's not fun to blow them. Here's another multi-mount. You got the Bessie-eyed ibex, the Gritos ibex, the southeastern Spanish ibex, and the Ronda ibex. And these are from the 4 different hills of Cuatro Colinas. See, I can put up a bunch more heads in here, all over the place. This is the best trophy lodge. The other trophy lodge was the first trophy lodge, and you know it's nice. It's got a European feel to it, but in that trophy lodge you can't display any weapons, and I think that the weapon display it's the best part. It's really nice to see the stats for all the weapons. You can't see them anywhere else in game other than in the lodge. I do really like shooting these reindeer. Medved's a cool map. There's some cool things to hunt there. And you can pose these things a lot of different ways. All these mounts on the walls, everything, you can click buttons and go through various poses. Put however you want. And there's, I don't know, something like 8 different poses for each thing. Another bow. Must be. Yeah, it's a snakeskin. This one I never shoot. Those all the muzzleloaders. Oh, the Coachmate 4570. I didn't buy this for a long time. It's a fun gun. It's fun. You can shoot bison with it. You can shoot all the deer with it. It shoots fast. You shoot a lot of short shots in short order. It has its own scope that it shares with the 3030. It's lever action rifle. It's cool. I like it. It took me a while to buy the 4570, but there was some mission that required it, and then I got it, and then I started messing around with it, mostly just for kicks. And it's it's one of those dark horse, fun, old school guns to use. See, I could put all kinds of critters up here. There's so much space to expand. I have a lot of in-game money. I could fill this thing up with heads. That would be pretty fun. My problem is I don't remember writing down what happened on the various digital hunts where I killed these things, and I just never took the time to do it. It's different from real life hunting. I remember every real life hunt I've done, but not the digital ones. That's it. That's the mansion. That is the Trophy Lodge. I like it. I think it's worth it. I think when I got it, it was on sale for $2 or something. Definitely worth it. Gave a whole lot of extra hours of gameplay, other goal-making objectives. Definitely worth it.
Hey, thank you for coming along on this tour of my lodge. If you enjoyed this video, please click here to subscribe and click over here for more videos in this playlist.